this is Irina Blount from La La Land Crafts. Today is day 10 of our 24 days of Christmas tutorials. I'm starting with 12 tutorials on our YouTube channel, and then our design team is going to join in on December 13th on our blog. We are also having a giveaway. We're giving away 3 $50 gift certificates to our online store, to lalalandcrafts.com. To enter, we ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on the videos for the first 12 days, and then comment on the blog posts from our design team for the remainder of the event. Along with that, we also have a winter sale, and it's a 20% off on all La La Land Crafts products in our online store at lalalandcrafts.com. The promo code is Advent 2021, and the sale is valid through December 25th, through the Christmas day. We are going to pick winners at random from all of the comments, and we're going to announce the winners of the giveaway on December 25th. This is the project that we are making today. This is the larger project yet in this event. It's a shadow box card, and we are going to create the shadow box part, and we're going to embellish it inside and out. And I can't wait to make it together with you. Let's start with the tutorial. I know, this looks like a complete mess here. We have a lot of going on, but we'll need all of these layers, all of these elements for our project today. This is quite an undertaking. It's the biggest project of this series, but I love how it turns out, and I really wanted to do this one with you. Let me start with the layers first. And once again, I'm going to go through the measurements, but all of the measurements are listed in the video description, so you don't have to write it down. From red cardstock, I have 7 by 5.5, and then 7 by 7.5, and I have it scored already at 1.5 and 2 inches. And this is on the 7.5 side. Have 3 layers of white cardstock, and I'm using this pretty texture, like felt texture paper. 6.5 by 5. Then gold cardstock, gold metallic cardstock, 6.25 by 4 3/4. You might notice that my layers go 1/4 of an inch smaller, so for layering. Then from the designer paper, and these are from Marine Bright paper pack, 6 by 4.5. White, 6 by 4.5, the same size. Then we go into the smaller layers. Have red, 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. White, 5.5 by 4. White, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Then red, 5 by 3.5. White, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then this paper is from Christmas Cheer paper pack, 4.5 by 3. These are the paper packs that I'm using. So for the we're using this stars paper for the layer that I just showed you from this, and then I die cut some tags. I'm going to go through that in a second. From the same paper. This one is from the same paper, and this one is from Little Stars, so it's from the same Christmas Cheer paper pack. And then the red paper that I show you with the white snowflake is from Marine Bright, and this is this one right here. This is how this paper pack looks like. For the images, we're going to use our little hippos, and I couldn't wait to use these guys. These are my absolutely favorite. They are just so cute. So I'm using this one here. This is from Winter Hippos. We're gonna use this one from Winter Hippos, and we're going to use this one from Merry Hippos. We're gonna put them aside, and we're going to use the sentiment from Winter Hippos. Then for die cutting, I have one scalloped rectangle from gold cardstock, 2 tags from white cardstock, and 2 tags from the papers that I showed you already. And this is the large stitch tags, and this is actually the smallest die in the set. And it also comes with the reinforcers, so I die cut 1 of each in gold cardstock. From our gift card envelope die, I die cut the main shape from white cardstock, and then this piece here is the wax seal, and then I die cut the little Christmas tree circle. From the houses die, I die cut 2 sets from white cardstock, and then 2 sets from gold. From pine cone bow, I die cut 2 sets from white cardstock, so I have 6 little pine cones and 2 bows. From 3 snowflakes, I die cut 2 sets from white cardstock. From snow globe die, I die cut 3 sets of the Christmas trees, and this is icicles border. I die cut 1 from white cardstock. Then I cut a piece of white cardstock to 5 by 1.5. And I used one of the dies from the snowbanks die and cut it about in half like this, and that gave me 2 heels. As you can see, stitching is on both sides, so now I have 2 of these layers. Cut little label from the horizontal pocket die. Pocket comes with a couple of labels, so I die cut 1 of them. I like the stitching. Then we're going to use our stitched slots die. This one comes as a set of 2. This is the longer one that we're going to use, and we're also going to use our rectangular shadow box die. So the die comes as a set like this. This is the main shape that we're going to use. It also comes with this tree trunk is 3 layers, and these 3 layers can be used to create a tree canopy, or you can use them for clouds. So it's a really nice kind of add-on to the shadow box die. We will also be using inverted scallops rectangles die and double stitched rectangles die, and I already showed you I die cut the gold piece, this one right here, with the scallop rectangle die. And I just wanted to take a quick minute and talk about these 3 dies. These 3 dies are designed to work together. You can use them to layer. So if you cut each one, you can layer like this. You can layer the inverted one on the inside. So this creates nice layering because they are the same ratio. But also, when you die cut, when you use double stitch rectangles, because it has stitching on both sides, once you die cut it, you can use the negative part as a frame, and the same on the inverted scallops rectangle. So once you die cut it, you have the little scallops, so this can be used as a frame or as a shaker. And also you can create frames with them. So if you die cut scalloped rectangle and then cut out inverted scallops from it, that will give you this kind of frame. If you die cut scallop rectangle and then cut out with the double stitch rectangles, it will give you this kind of frame. And if you die cut double stitch rectangles and then cut out the inverted scallops from it, it will give you this kind of frame. So there are many different things and options for these 3 dies. I know it's kind of hard to see on the website, or even sometimes on the projects it can be overlooked. So I just wanted to take a quick minute and show you what these dies are. And also there are all sides to work with our rectangle shadow box. You will see that they're all go together, and this is what we're going to do on today's project. I have my red cardstock, our largest layer, with the 2 score lines, and on this layer I'm going to use the rectangle shadow box. I'm going to position it and center it within this area to the first fold. I'm going to center it as much as I can. If you need to, you can use ruler and make sure it's the same distance on all of your sides. It looks like it's an inch from each side. Then you can use removable tape or washi tape to hold it in place, and we're going to die cut it. We are going to die cut also from the metallic gold cardstock with the inverted rectangles, and also right from the center. Then from the large white layer, and this one is 6.5 by 5, and from our designer paper we're going to use double stitched rectangle, and again we're going to die cut it from the center of the white layer and from the center of this layer. Now this is what I have, 2 layers like this. I have my paper with the rectangle cut out, and the rectangle also has stitching on the inside, and you can see the frame has the stitching there too. I have my white layer and my shadow box cut out. We're going to first fold our shadow box. So this is the way I cut it, with the die facing down. I'm going to turn it to the other side and open the flaps first. There are embossed lines there, so it's very easy to fold. So I'm folding this out on my first score line. And then on my second score line, I'm going to fold it in like so. I used to make this style cards a long time ago, ages and ages, and I always loved it, but it's kind of hard sometimes, kind of a pain, more than hard, I guess, to cut into the right place, to score the right place. So that's the reason we designed this die, to make it easy for all of us to make this kind of card. And then on these 2 folds we can go ahead and fold those in. So I'm going to fold it and fold it again. I cut 3 additional layers for the little flap right here on the back. So the white one is 6.5 by 1. Then we have gold 6.25 by 3/4 of an inch. And then from the same designer paper as we were using is 6 by 1/2 an inch. Going to glue these 3 together and then glue on the top of our flap right here. I have already glued on 3 of these layers, so the largest white layer, then the largest gold layer, and the designer paper. And we're going to grab our last red layer, the 7 by 5.5, and I'm going to glue this in the center right here. Then I have my gold rectangle and the stitched rectangle that came out of the white layer that we just did. So these 2 go together, and then in the center of this layer. Now we're going to close our flap to create our card base, and I'm going to use 1/4 an inch. If you have 1/2 an inch, will work to even an inch, because this is quite a wide space here. And I'm going to use this double-sided tape, and I'm putting it close to the fold, close to this second fold, and I'm going to give it, I think, 3 lines of the tape here. So 1 close to the fold, 1 close on the outside, and 1 in the center. Then I'm going to position this layer, and this will be the back of our card. I'm going to position it to my second fold. So there's first fold right here, and then this actually it's a little spine, 1/2 inch spine. So I'm putting it to the second fold, and I'm going to make sure it lines up on the sides with the lower layer. And then you can close the flap, make sure it doesn't interfere with the fold. Unfold it, remove the backing from the tape, and then we're going to simply drop this closed like this. You can use your bond folder to burnish. And look at this, now we have a card base with a little spine. This is the back. Now for our front layers, for the inside of the shadow box, we're going to use these 3 layers, red, white, and designer paper. And this is 5 by 3.5, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, and 4.5 by 3. Going to glue them all together first. Then we're going to add our heel here, and we're going to use 3 of these Christmas trees. And 3 of the houses. So we're going to use 2 of the tall houses and 1 of the shorter one. I'm gonna glue them onto the gold first. As you probably noticed, I removed the windows from the white layers, but I left them in the gold cardstock. So when we layer it, it looks like there is light in the windows and the houses. So cute. So now we can kind of arrange where the elements are going to go, and we're going to start gluing. We're going to glue all of the Christmas trees to the background and 1 of the houses. Then we're going to use foam tape to pop the border. Then on my second tall house, I'm going to add foam tape on part of the top of the house. And then we're going to glue the bottom on. You see how I keep on bringing the elements back because I'm checking myself on the placement. And then my smaller house is going to go in front right here, and I'm going to pop the whole thing. I'm going to add a little doubled piece of foam on the roof there, because that's where it's going to connect to our lowest layer, to the base. I'm going to double it here. And then put the house in the center onto the hill, about right here. Isn't this a cute winter scene? And this can be a card on its own, just like this. So with this project, we're going to have so many different ideas, and you can do like deconstruct it and use different elements from this project to make different projects, different cards. Now this layer is going to go right inside of our shadow box in this opening right here. I hope you can see, I know it's red on red, but have your sides open so there are vertical, so this goes in at 90 degrees, the little spines there, and then we can push this layer in just like this, and it should sit right inside of it. We can then turn it to the other side and add adhesive to the flaps and close them in. And this liquid adhesive gives you time to readjust it if needed. I like going to turning it to the front and pressing it, so making sure this whole layer sits perfectly inside. But look how adorable that is. This can be just a frame kind of display on your for your Christmas decorations. You can pull it out year after year. Now I'm going to put my card to the side for a minute and pull 3 of these layers that we die cut earlier. So I have my white with the double stitch rectangles cut out. I have my gold layer with the inverted scallops, and then the printed paper with the snowflakes die cut with the double stitch rectangles as well. And this is the order we're going to glue them on. So we're going to put the frame onto the gold like so. Look how pretty that looks. And then we're going to glue it onto the white layer. As you can see, the card comes together pretty quick, even though it looks very complicated. By using our rectangle shadow box die, it just took all of that extra work out of the way, and we can just enjoy creating the card. We also have square shadow box die. If you want to take a look on our website, look how gorgeous that is, with all of this gold, just so festive. Now, before we attach the frame to the card front, we're going to use our icicles border, and it's going to come out from behind inside of the window like this. So we can go ahead and glue it on. Just you can see how much you want to pull it out. And now we can glue the frame on. Center it around our opening. Just can't get over how just festive and just so pretty it looks. Now we have our hippos that are going to go on each side here. We're going to have our pine cone bow on each corner, and then I'm going to add 2 pine cones kind of facing out, and then the center one, I think I'm going to put it on the foam tape to give it a little more dimension there. I'm going to use this Love at Christmas sentiment from Winter's Hippos clear stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it with archival ink in jet black on the little piece that I die cut earlier. I decided I'm going to add breads to the sentiment. I think it will finish it off nicely. So I'm going to make little holes on each side of the sentiment. Just be careful when you're doing this. Then I can put my breads through. And since I have my breads here, I think we're going to pop the sentiment, because otherwise I can't really glue it flat anymore. The breads will be sticking out, the backs of it. But if I add foam tape in the center, then I can just go ahead and pop this whole thing up. And this card looks really cute with the images, but as you can see, it also looks really cute on its own. If I would use it on its own, I would probably add more pine cones on these corners here to finish it off. I was also thinking about adding a little hedgehog from Holiday Smiles, and it looks really cute. I'm not going to do it on this card, but just wanted to show you, give you an options. You can add a lot of different critters, right? So they can be all together. So you can even do this. Now you can play with the placement and have other critters along with the hippos. That actually looks really good right there. You can also use Marcy or Luca stamps, of course. So we have, this is Hot Cocoa Marcy, and this is Winter Luca. Look, you can use both of them on the card, and that looks amazing. So there's so many options, and I can't wait to see what you guys do. Since I have all of these elements popped, I think I'm going to glue my hippos on, but you can also decide to pop them. How adorable. This is just so stinking cute. Cute. Okay, so this is the front of the card. We still have things to do on the inside. You know, I like everything to be finished, so when we open our card, we have this element, our actual shadow box here. And to cover it, I have all of these layers. We have red 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. We have our white 5 1/2 by 4, and you see I already did my embossing with the scoring board. Then this is the part that came out of this frame right here, so we're gonna use it on this layer. Then we have this part of the gold that came from our gold frame on the front, so we're gonna use it here. And then I cut another small layer of the white cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And again, I have my white outline all the way around there, and we're going to glue all of these 5 layers together. And now we can glue it right on top right here. And then for the bottom part for our card, I have the large 3 layers. We have the white 5 by 6 1/2. We have gold 4 3/4 by 6 1/4, and then we have white 4 1/2 by 6. And on the white layers, you can see I already added my frame. Now, before we glue this, there's one more step we're going to do. We're going to grab our stitch slots, and this is the longer one, and we are going to die cut it from this layer, and we're going to position it closer to the right side and towards the bottom, about 1 3/4 from the bottom and about 1 inch from the side, like this. And I'm going to go ahead and run it through my die cutting machine, just like so. Now I have a die cut. So this gives us the opening, and then we have this little piece. I might use it later, so I'm not tossing it just yet. This stitch slots die is designed for the gift card, so you can see it fits. The gift card slides right in, and then there's a smaller size. I don't have it handy. It comes as a set of 2, and the smaller one you would put the card vertically onto the card. I'm going to use double-sided tape. I'm keeping my card in because that will give us that spacing that we need. If we don't do the card inside while we are attaching it, we're running into the risk of the layer being too tight, and then it's hard to slide the card in. So I'm going to put my tape on the bottom and on the sides here, and then I'm going to run another one about 1/2 inch from the other side of the pocket right here. Then I can add one on the top and closer to the top opening of our pocket, because that will stay on the paper. Like this. And now with holding the gift card in, actually I'm going to add even more layers to it. I'm going to add a tag, just so we have more space in here when we put it on. And that goes on to the gold layer. Actually, I forgot one more step. I was gonna do this really cool thing. So I put the tape. The tape is not gonna interfere with anything that we're doing, so I'm leaving the tape in place. I'm gonna pull my card and everything out for now. I'm going to grab, there's a cute element that I wanted to do from the gift card envelope die. I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch next to my score line right here. So I cut it apart. We're only going to use one of these sides on this card, and then I'm going to fold it on the fold and give it a burnish. actually really burnish it. And I'm going to cut the sides of the flap a little bit, just wider than there. And now this is I think it's really cool, but you tell me. I'm going to slide this in and close it like so. I think it just creates just such a nice element, kind of finishes this off. So what I can do, I can attach this either with the foam tape or with the glue. So this little flap that we created, it's going to be attached here on the inside. Pull it in as tight as you can, because we don't want to close the opening too much. And then we can glue this flap, this rounded flap, with the stitching down. This creates like, totally looks like a pocket now, right? So cute. And now we can glue the wax piece of the piece that looks like wax from the gift card envelope die in the center right here. And then I'm going to pop this little tree. We can use it for something else. And I'm going to glue this on. I just love how it looks. It just adds another layer. I love my layers. Layers as far as the card layers, and layers as far as the elements and die cutting. And see, we can still put our card in, but I love it. What can I say? So now let's tuck this all back inside. I'm glad I caught myself on time, because I would not be happy if we would miss this step. Now I can remove the double-sided tape from all of the sides. And then we're going to put this whole thing, while we're holding the gift card and the tag inside, onto the gold cardstock. And I'm going to leave this all in when I'm attaching it to the white cardstock, just to make sure I'm not closing that spacing. And now we can glue this whole layer onto the inside of our card. So as you can see, I hope you can see on the video, this gave us the space that we need to easily put the gift card in. If you're going to use the gift card, it looks great like that. If you're going to use the tags, we can do that. This still gives you a lot of room to write here, or you can write on the top layer. I'm going to assemble my tags right now, because I have them already out. So the way I'm going to do them, I'm going to sandwich, so the right side of my paper and the right side of my white tag. And then I'm going to put the reinforcers onto the top. And you see, I was able to tuck in both of the tags and the gift card. So you can do either or, you can do all of this. You can put pictures on the back of the card of the tags, or on the front of the tags. You can mount the photographs here, and you can do journaling on the back. And again, you have all of this room here as well. I just love it. Now, we only have the die cuts left. So let's see how we are going to embellish the rest. This project just makes me smile. Just so cute. So on the back, let's start with the back. I have the other piece of the heel left, and then we have the 3 Christmas trees of this design. So we can add this on. We can add our little house. I think that looks cute. Now I decided I'm going to use this little die cut that we have from the inside of our stitch slots, and I'm going to tuck it under my tree, under my house there. Don't ask me why. It looks good to me. I'm going for it. I love it. Okay, so now we have all of the snowflakes left. So I was thinking on the inside here, we'll add like this, looks good, and then we'll add some on the bottom, and I'll do it partial again. I like doing partial, so I'm gonna cut off straight on this part and add it right here. That's cute, right? So I'm not popping this, I'm not using foam tape between these layers because we don't want to add any more dimension on the inside, but I'm gluing them, layering them just in the center and just letting kind of ends pop if they want to. And the snowflake to the layer, again, just gonna glue it on the center. So see, it has a little bit of the dimension on its own. Then my little one right here in the corner. And then on the bottom, glue this on to the score line, to my embossed score line there. And then the other part of the same snowflake I can put on the other side here on the top right. I think that looks really good. So my tags go in. Gift card if you want it. Can close it. We have 2 more snowflakes. Let's see if we want to add them somewhere or if it's overkill. I think it's I think the front is done. I'm not adding anything else here. Let's see on the back. Oh, we can add some here. That will be cute. That would be cute. Trying to decide if I want to do the partial one. Yeah, I think I'll do the partial one. So I'll cut this one in half this way, and I'll glue it right to the bottom right there. And just I fiddle a lot. I'm trying to see what looks good. I think I'm gonna leave it. So I'm just gonna have 1/2 right here, and then the small snowflake. Gonna glue it just in the center again. Kind of let it sit. This is like I'm dreaming of the white Christmas with the gold Christmas trees there. Okay, so can you believe we're done? So it wasn't even all that complicated after all. After we did all of just gluing the layers, it's pretty much just die cutting and gluing the layers. And once you know how to assemble this card, once you have the measurements figured out, it's so simple. But look at this, it's like a gift in its own, for special people only, right? To mail it, I would put it definitely in the padded envelope, or even make a box for it, because you want to make sure it arrives safe and sound. Just wanted to show you really quick with the square shadow box. I think it's in our online store, it's just called shadow box. This is one of the projects that I designed with it. So you can see we have the shadow box part right here, and then we have, like, this card has a lot of elements. It's like mini album or a card folio, and we have a tutorial actually for this project in our Facebook group. I'll link it in the video description below if you want to take a look. So this one has a lot going on, more like an album. But this is our project for today. I hope you love it as much as I do, and I can't wait for you to try it and make one for yourself, or for yourself actually would be nice. I don't know if I would be able to send it out, or for special people in your life. If you make this project, please share with me in our Facebook group. I would love to see it. Of course, it can be used for different occasions. So if you use different colors, different papers, different die cuts and images, you can keep on creating the same project for other occasions. Now, don't forget to comment on the video for a chance to win one of 3 $50 gift certificates to our online store. Don't forget to use your coupon code Advent 2021 if you need to do any more shopping in our online store at lalalandcraft.com. The sale is valid through December 25th. And this is all for me for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 11. Much love. Bye for now.